Hello everybody, it is me, Will, back again after some very long delay. Back once again with I Wani Hug That Gator. Without further ado, I pressed the wrong button. Load. Here we go. This is where I left off. Someone submitted a painting under our name. That's a problem. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe. And Inko, I'm glad you swung by. Looks like you're admiring the art contest entries. I told you that St. Hyman's artistic program was unparalleled. That's not mine. What's not yours? I try to say more, but the words won't leave my mouth. Ben's eyes follow mine to the bottom of the painting in front of me as I watch him make the same realization as I do. Inko, you didn't... Did you paint this? I had no idea your style was so developed, so humble. If I had known, that's not my entry. It's not? No, mine was a photograph. But what's your name doing on this one? Must be some kind of mistake. A million scenarios come to mind. They must have gotten the wrong name somehow. If they did, I think the real artist would come forward by now. Then the submission website must be hacked or broken. But our school checked for stuff like that. If it was, we would have known by now. Then, Inka, you sure you didn't submit someone else's piece by accident? Of course I didn't. Why would I do something like that? You're the only one who can log into your account, Inko. Suddenly, everything stops. Ooh, we got some music in the background. My account. Okay, I like this. This soundtrack is great. I like this sound. Oh, the suspense. The suspense. Is someone... Look, relax, alright? We can get this sorted out. Just don't panic. Ben lowers his voice. But Inko, just to be clear. What? You didn't just get a bit of extra help, right? Ben looks at me through the edge of his glasses, eye to eye. There's some real stakes in the contest. Cheating is taken seriously. Especially fraud. The words echo around inside me. Fraud. It makes my bones chill. There's ingenuine, faker, liar. They're all bad, but in different ways. Fraud is just driven with frigid condemnation. No, I swear I submitted a photograph. Ben relaxes his shoulders. Alright, just making sure. Sorry to alarm you. Ah, that soundtrack was really fucking good. It's perturbing how he got so... how he can go from dead serious to jovial in like a flip switch. You gonna be alright? Sorry, I need some air. Hey, feel free. I'll let Scalar know, okay? Yeah, thanks, Ben. No problem. Take it easy. Ben offers me his earnest smile, waving at me as he steps out from the room down the hall. After some time, I follow him, trying to make any sense of what just happened. I thought that everyone actually liked my photography, but they all thought I was some kind of expert painter instead. I have no how to express it. I feel empty. I thought maybe my work was finally paying off, but... I submitted the right entry, so what happened? Did someone change it? And if so, how? It's such a good piece, too. What even is there to be gained by putting my name on it? I wander aimlessly through the halls. The thought of missing lunch passes through my mind, but there's a different sort of emptiness pervading my stomach. Why is this rattling me like this? Man, it's not like I'm in trouble or anything. Ben's helping me out. Helping me sort this out. I'm at a loss of what to even think right now. Oh crap, Olivia mentioned something about her service issues before. I couldn't see my submission, but... Was it just that? Maybe Olivia was right to be worried. Well, duh. Why else would she be so nervous? My aimless walking leads me outside the principal's office in the gala. Oh, I swear she did it. She's the painter here. She helped, quote unquote, help us out. There's that one cityscape painting from the start of the school year. He's gonna recognize Olivia's style. The very first painting I ever saw. Still one of the best. A vibrant cityscape that morphs into rigid structures of urban planning into a soft and inviting utopia, as if viewed from the eyes of a child. The sky above the city is a beautiful shade of crimson, with radiant clouds clustered along its length. If the art contest submission was the best painting I've ever seen, this one wouldn't come close. Wait. Hang on. And this one comes close. I can only imagine the accolades she must have gotten from the painting back then. You know, for a while, I got to have that experience. I got to step into the shoes of an artist much better than myself. Maybe that was the intent? All the praise, approval, everything I've been wanting. Just for a while, it was given by an anonymous stranger. Whoever that may be. Actually, this gives me a bit of an idea. If I'm clever and Olivia's up for it, this can be a cool way to get her to show off her painting more. Everyone would like that. Maybe that's what she needs. I could act as a personal publisher for her, so she doesn't have to deal with people. Huh. Wait a second. Yep. I peel down the empty hallway. I need to find Olivia. She couldn't possibly. But why me? Why would she? Thinking about it, my increases my worries and desperation to find who I hope the Raptor Jesus isn't the culprit. I haphazardly check all the places where Olivia could be, but I can't find her anywhere. My hunt for the... Oh, fuck. My hunt for the baryonyx leads me to the second floor of the atrium. Feels like there's a lead brick in the pit of my stomach as I internalize my current situation. The soft pattern of rain hitting the window grabs my attention. To see a gloom-covered Volcardia outside, my eyes wander along the school's pathway covered in mud thanks to the earlier rainfall. Wait a minute. Those look like tracks in the mud. I burst through the main entrance to the doors, and am wet with the feeling of droplets hitting my head. Outside, a dark overcast has rolled in. The forecast called for on and off raining during the day, but pretty gnarly clouds, making it look almost dusk around. Crap, what am I wasting time for? I follow the trail with urgency, fearing that the rain will wash it away. Looks like it goes down to the whole pathway. I ignore my clothes becoming progressively damp as the water collecting in my shades. Eventually, I round the curve that leads to the bridge and a distressing item at its end. What? Oh no. No, the bullies. Fuck. A wheelchair. Olivia's wheelchair. Empty of the occupant, toppled on its side. A new fear grips me from the mental imagery providing by my sight. Those cruel thoughts push me up the steps further, faster than humanly possible, as my rational mind tries to reassure me. Running across the deck, my breath is caught in my throat when I reach the middle. He's on the ground, head slumped down. There's damaged and soaked school supplies scattered all over the walkway. Oh god. Is she okay? My foot shifts, trying to force me closer. Slowly her head lifts up, the sound of my shoes squelching on the floor. Inko? Her tear-stained eyes stare at me with a dead expression as her voice sounds weak. Olivia. I feel I can finally breathe again. Slowly, Olivia pushes herself up, and I notice she's lying atop a pile of paper shreddings. The feeling of relief slowly fades away as I remember just why I was looking for her. We stay silent only staring at each other as the rain continues to bear down on us. She simply sits there, letting herself grow more and more soaked from the rain. Do you want to talk? No. Not out in the open. I grab my compact umbrella from my backpack and unfurl it. It doesn't do much to dry Olivia off, but at least she's not getting more soaked. The umbrella is placed between us and the elements against the ledge, forming a personal canopy above us. Here. Now we're alone. There's space next to Olivia to take a seat. It's odd. We've sat together before, but sitting on the ground in the rain, in the room, it's just a little claustrophobic. There's bits of paper melted into the pavement, soaked by rain. Though torn apart and waterlogged, I can sort of make out a tree. A rough sketch of one, anyways. Like the one that stood prominently in my false submission. So you did do it. Inko, please, I can explain. I didn't have a choice. What? I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't have any other way. It was a choice not to trick me? She avoids looking at me, focusing on the scraps of paper scattered about the floor like confetti. It wasn't to trick you, I get it, you're mad at me. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. Thought we were good friends. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting you. She pauses to give her throat some respite. Her usual water bottle isn't anywhere nearby. A shaky breath escapes her mouth. When you came around, I thought you were no different than the others. That you were some self-centered, pretentious mid-wit who cares about only his image. That when I got the idea of using you to swap out your art with mine, you didn't seem like the kind of person who cared about how he gets the attention from others, just that he gets it. Her description of my character feels really reductive, but the ache in my chest tells me it hits a bit too close to home. But that's not what I think of you now. Vatican's is the one person I can trust. So when he went to bat for you, saying we'd make good friends, I was worried. What's so special about this guy? I honestly got scared he'd be wrong. That you'd just be like everyone else, and I'd be setting myself up for failure. But worse than that, Inko. I was afraid he'd be right, and that I'd have to face what I'd done to myself. And now I've gone and done something like this. Switching my contest entry? She nods, swallowing hard. I wasn't thinking. Suddenly, everything was out of balance. Everything I created, all my work, my own little world was suddenly changing and I had no control over it. I just had to do something. I don't know what I didn't know I was doing that, I'm sorry. She stops to process my words and continues. I knew I'd get caught. It's stupid. I was hoping for it even. Someone to figure out that it was swapped so it would be changed and everyone would be none the wiser. He turns to face me with silver eyes welled with tears. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just don't want to go back to being the person I used to be. Person who didn't care about hurting you. Her head tilts downwards with a violent hitch of breath. Ivory claws extend to grip at her knees at the painful display, and yet Olivia chokes back any sound she'd make. Her body shudders with every heavy breath from her, and I realize that every last defensive barrier she had is completely gone. Olivia laid herself bare, leaving only the crying girl desperately trying to silence her pitiful tears. I can't hit her. Faced with those unbidden words from Olivia, I'd have to be a heartless bastard to do anything but accept her apology. It's clear that the guilt has been rotting in her consciousness ever since. What she did was wrong, no doubt about it. But then again, thinking of her circumstance, how can I blame her? How could anyone? I probably would have ended up doing the same thing in her shoes. At this point, Olivia's put herself through enough stress as is. If there's one thing she needs to hear right now, it's that I forgive her. I don't hate you, Olivia. You don't? No, you don't? No, I don't. I won't lie. Definitely felt hurt when I first found out. The fact you're willing to admit your mistakes shows that you're growing as a person. I'm really glad to hear that we're friends. It's refreshing to hear her say it. I was worried she would only just putting up with me. Nah, read that correctly. It's refreshing to hear her say it. I was worried she was only just putting up with me. Olivia seemed understandably puzzled over my lack of anger towards her. Figured you'd be more upset. Is this just pity? If so, I don't want it. It's not pity, Olivia. I'm accepting your apology. I don't want you to feel guilty about it. The sooner that we can put this behind us, the better. But I can tell you're a good person, so don't worry about it, alright? I offer her my best smile. Olivia slowly nods. When you put it that way, I guess. But still, truth be told, I deserve to fail. To actually face the consequences. I'm such a fucking fraud. All over a damn painting. Olivia, you did what you thought you had to do. And you're saying sorry for the consequences. That's all that matters. I scooch closer to Olivia. Huh? That was you taking action in a way I would have never guessed. A crime of passion, I think it's called. Probably wrong, but she gets the idea. The world runs on those. You don't need to change. I don't think you did anything wrong. She leans her head against the wall of the railing before looking at me with a half smile. Thanks. You're right. I'm just throwing everything away like an idiot. I'm just scared. I'm here with you. I coax the rest of a tired grin from her as she looks down at the shredded papers again. After that, after everything was said and done, things became quiet. Beneath the solace of my umbrella, we relaxed together. At least until Olivia begins shifting uncomfortably. I sit and watch as she takes her calves and shifts them to her side with one hand. Her tail comes around and presses the paper-filled floor before keeping her upright as she starts to lean forward. Finally, with the strength of her tail and one arm, Olivia lifts her hips from the floor, swings her shins fully beneath her. She smiles and kneels over me. You just gonna sit there? Crap, I guess I was gawking stupidly. But it was just so fascinating to see a girl maneuver herself in these odd yet well-practiced ways. I'm kind of jealous, actually. Wish I had a tail to do some of these things. She could. I pressed my hands against the floor and pushed myself up. I don't know why I thought to stand, but instead, I shifted myself to a kneeling position. We're face to face now. For a split second, I feared the worst as Olivia drew me into a hug. I don't know what she would do, but this... I like this. How strong her arms are, how they're wrapped around my chest feels exceptionally tender. My own arms have enveloped her, returning the embrace with a similarly soft way. And as her arms loosen, I draw back, though I don't want to take my hands off her. That was nice. Don't make it weird. Sorry about that. Though the sound of rainfall hitting the umbrella, my ears suddenly pick up the noise of what sounds like squeaking. I look down to see there's something shuffling in Olivia's pocket. No fucking way! A little beast emerges from the hiding spot with a squeaky yawn, to which Olivia offers her hand for it to use as a platform. Hey little guy, nearly forgot about you. Have a nice nap? That's a rat. Oh right, You two haven't met each other. Inko, this is Gut. And Guts, meet Inko. Oh, hi, Guts. I awkwardly waved at the apprehensive-looking rodent. Olivia lifts Guts onto her shoulder gracefully, like her hand is an elevator for him. You brought him to school? Well, yeah. I just really needed him today. Since, you know, all the crap that's happened. She gives Guts a few scritches under his chin. I bring him sometimes when it gets rough. And no one's noticed? You haven't. Touché. Ledekin did, once. Just told me not to let him run around the school, otherwise it would be considered a health hazard or something. The tardy bell rings out in the distance. We're late for our next classes. I'm sure Ledekin will understand. We should probably get back to class. Here, hold this. I give Olivia the umbrella so she and the rat can stay dry while I go fetch the wheelchair. By now, it's settled into the mud. Wheelchair has definitely seen better days. After dusting off the dirt, pulling water the best I can, I make my way back. Thanks. She offers the umbrella back to me, but make sure to hold it above her. I keep the wheelchair steady with one hand as Olivia climbs into the seat, using her tail to help herself up. God, this is amazing. We stand in the rain in silence for a moment, only sharing a content glance. Only sharing content glances. So what do we do with the contest now? That's a good question. Ben was there when I saw the name on a painting. He already went to tell someone. So, like, no harm, no foul? What about your own submission? I ruined it. I scratch the back of my head. It wouldn't have won anyways. It's just a picture. Oh. I thought it was pretty, okay? Hearing those words from Olivia sent a strange flash of heat to my face. Not unpleasant, but those honest words from her really do cut through me for some reason. Thanks. A loud squeak draws my eyes to Guts as he stands atop Olivia's shoulder. You too. A wry smile stretches across Olivia's face. I think it means Guts is trying to say... No. I think it means Guts is actually... Oh my god. Words. Words. I think it means Guts is actually... Oh my god. I think it means Guts is saying it's actually so-so. Hey! Cut him some slack, Guts. Inko didn't have any time to make anything for the contest. He's got some high standards. Yeah? It's why I've gotten so good. The sheer absurdity of it. I don't know which one of us broke first, but our laughter fills the air, heard only by us as the rainfall cut off all other noise. So, now what? I don't know. I don't want to go yet. Still pretty worn out. Smile crosses my face as a wicked idea comes to mind. Well, too bad. What? I walk around behind Olivia, grinning like a mad idiot. Inko, what are you doing? Inko! Her head tries to follow me as I stand behind her chair. I figure that pushing your wheelchair around is pretty tiring, so how about I help you out? Olivia blushes and looks away. Fine, but just for today. Returning to the campus was certainly awkward. Passerby shoot us looks. Not the most common scene to see a girl in a wheelchair, just roll on in sopping wet and tracking mud. More likely though, it's because said girl had taken to using my umbrella to hide herself from the looks. She was already extremely red in the face. It was a conundrum. Drop the umbrella and let people see, or keep it up and draw more attention. I shall name it the Nido Theorem. She's gonna kill me if I ever attempt to publish it. Making our way back to Olivia's current class, she simply shook herself. She simply shook her still concealed head. I didn't really have much of a choice from all that I knew of the girls' last class. We're all in the upper levels. and she was in possession of the elevator key, and I was in possession of the weakest knees here in St. Hammond, at least according to Coach Solly. So I wheeled her to my current photography class. By the way, oh, god damn it. On the way over, she keeps bending her head back to peek at me, like she's making sure I'm still there. Knocking on his closed door, the pterosaur professor didn't even bat an eye at the poorly hidden girl. He simply stepped aside and let us through. Ben was looking our way, but I chose to pay him no mind. After everything I heard, Olivia didn't even register he was there. She simply rolled herself to the back of the classroom, through the door, in what I'd assume guessed was Latican's supply closet. You know what? I'm an idiot. It's a dark room, isn't it? The stares of my classmates abated thankfully as our teacher continued his lecture. Taking my own seat, I focused on Latican. As much as I could, at least, my muddled thoughts kept me distracted through the whole period. Just before the bell rings, Latican stares me dead in the eye. He points a stern finger directly at me and into the floor, signaling, "You, stay." Oh boy! Once everyone else had left, he closes the class door and locks it. You know what? That is going to end it here. Might be a little short, but hey, what's a good cliffhanger between viewer and content creator? I hope you all enjoyed that. I definitely would. I tried to put more emotion into my voice this episode, seeing into my first episode back after a long break. If you all enjoyed, like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think is going to happen next. Goodbye, everyone. I love you all so much.